I used to be up until 3, 4 a.m. playing video games or watching some stupid YouTube video or some crappy TV show. And then I'd realise the time and I'd decide that it'd be better, more efficient to just stay awake and not go to sleep. I'll be up early, be productive. Yeah. And then I'd come home and I'd fall straight asleep and I'd wake up at like 10 p.m, 9 p.m, and I'd do the exact same thing again. I used to do this over and over until I followed the tips that I will be giving you today. Alright, let's get into it. Sleep, as you know, is an essential part of our overall health and well-being. Our bodies and minds rely on sleep to function properly. It is... sorry. It allows us to process our memories and our stuff that happened throughout the day. So it's crucial for learning and retaining information. There was a study done, I can't remember who by now, but there was a study done and obviously the groups, there was 2 groups. One of them was studying a topic, and after they'd done their study session, they would have a 30-minute nap, and they and the other group obviously studied and didn't nap. They just went through their day normally. And the group that napped and had a short sleep after studying performed better on the test afterwards. I think it was something like, I'm not going to give a number because I can't quite remember, but if I had to guess, it would be around 20. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it just proves that sleep is key for learning new things and skills. But it's not just mental things that rely on sleep. Our physical health also depends on sleep, like for muscular hypertrophy, growing muscle, our immune system helps fighting off infections and diseases, keeping us healthy and protected. Sleep is also key for regulating our emotions and our mood and reducing stress levels. When we sleep, our brains and bodies go through different sleep patterns. It's 2 types. There's non-REM and REM. REM stands for rapid eye movement. And during non-REM sleep, our brains and bodies undergo various changes as we move through 3 different stages of sleep. In the first stage, we're in a light sleep and our muscles relax. Our brainwaves slow down and become more synchronized. In the second stage, our brainwaves continue to slow and our body temperature and heart rate decrease. In the third stage, we enter a deep sleep and our brainwaves become even slower. After we've gone through the 3 stages of non-REM sleep, we then enter REM sleep, which is REM sleep is a telltale sign of good sleep. Sorry. During REM sleep, our brains become more active and our eyes move rapidly back and forth. This is when we typically dream. Our muscles also become paralysed during REM sleep, which prevents us from acting out our dreams and injuring ourselves. So people who sleepwalk don't have this paralysis in their muscles. I haven't done too much research on it, but basically it's not really acting out their dreams, but their muscles aren't paralysed. And that's also why people toss and turn in the night, because their muscles aren't fully paralysed, so they're, moving over, kicking, all that good stuff. Throughout the night, we cycle through these stages of sleep multiple times. Each cycle lasts around 90 minutes, but this can differ for each person, with non-REM sleep, REM sleep making up most of the cycle, and REM sleep becoming more prominent as the night goes on. This cycling through different stages of sleep is essential for our bodies and brains to get fast recovery and the rest they need to function properly. Using this information, we can strategically plan an efficient sleep schedule. So you want the point you wake up to be in the 1.5 hour increment of when you went to bed. For example, I go to sleep at 10 and wake up at 5:30. which gives me 7.5-ish, give or take, 10, 20 minutes for me to get to sleep. But it's normally around that mark, which wakes me up at a point where I won't feel groggy or tired. That's why, if you wake up halfway through REM sleep, when you're at the deepest point in your sleep, you wake up, you don't know where you are, like that, and you confused, you take a while to boot up. Whereas when I wake up, I'm literally, right, get up, shower, grab the stuff, gym. The next important point to mention is sleep hygiene, which is about creating all the right habits before you go to sleep. This means going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on the weekends. This helps to regulate your body's internal clock and can make it easier to fall asleep and waking up feeling refreshed. These habits and practices are also aimed at creating a relaxing sleep environment and promoting healthy sleep patterns. Another key aspect of good sleep hygiene is creating a relaxing environment, like I just mentioned. This might mean making your bedroom is cool, quiet and dark. It might also help, depending on where you live or how your body may function slightly differently. Instead of being cool, like cool air, to be warmer. Like, I find it quite hard to sleep if I'm quite warm, so I normally, take the blanket off, leave a certain portion of it on, that good stuff. Making sure you have comfortable bedding and pillows. It's also best to limit noise so your brain doesn't, constantly dart from thing to thing when you're trying to get to sleep. It also helps for not waking up in the middle of the night and just getting rid of other distractions that might interfere with your sleep. It's also useful. Avoiding caffeine and alcohol before bed is also important for good sleep hygiene. Caffeine is a stimulant that can interfere with your ability to fall asleep, so it's best to avoid it in the late afternoon and evening. Alcohol, on the other hand, might help you fall asleep initially, but it can disrupt your sleep later in the night, leading to more restless nights. Good sleep hygiene is important, but there are other things you can do to improve your sleep further. Regular exercise is a great example of this, as it can be helpful for promoting better sleep. Exercise can help you feel more alert during the day and can help you tire out in the evening, making it easier to fall asleep. Managing stress is also important for getting better sleep. Stress can keep your mind racing and make it difficult to unwind and fall asleep. Practicing relaxation techniques like meditation or deep breathing can help in calming and reducing stress, which I find particularly helpful. Stress raises cortisol and adrenaline, which obviously, if you're stressing and your adrenaline raises, you're not going to be able to sleep if your adrenaline's high and your cortisol is a stress hormone. So, when you're stressing out, it genuinely has a proper physical effect on you. It's not just mental. So trying to sleep when you're stressed about something, you've got work doing the next day, you've got homework or whatever, your adrenaline level is going to be higher, so it'll be a lot more difficult for your brain to get to sleep. An app I find that's very useful, I've mentioned a few times, is called Medito. I'll probably continue to mention it as I grow and as I make more videos, because it's just such a good app. And it's got loads of different meditations, and the one I find useful is Getting Back to Sleep. It's by Will. It's very good. It's under the sleep ones, and I use that right before I go to bed. And it just helps you calm down and focus on your breathing and get rid of all the stress. Adjusting your diet can also have a big impact on your sleep. Eating heavy, spicy or fatty foods close to bedtime can cause indigestion and disrupt your sleep. It's best to eat a light meal a few hours before bed to counteract this. Also, as previously mentioned, avoid drinks that contain caffeine or alcohol. Poor sleep can obviously have serious consequences for your health and well-being. When you consistently don't get enough sleep, it's called chronic sleep deprivation, and it can have immediate and long-term effects. One of the most obvious consequences of poor sleep is feeling tired and groggy during the day. This can affect your ability to concentrate and focus and perform well at work or school. You might also feel irritable and moody. Another thing you can feel or more struggle with, is controlling your emotions and regulating them. This is a particular issue I have a big issue with. If I pull an all-nighter, which I try not to do anymore, but it happens, I can get really irritable, like really easy. Like it'll be literally be nothing. Like, I don't know. For example, my mum will ask me to like take the bins out. You know, easy job, take me not under a minute, and I'll just get really annoyed for no reason, and I hate that. So it's important for regulating your emotions and keeping them in check. So if someone's consistently not getting enough sleep and they're noticeably more irritable, you know, that's probably why, or even if you see that in yourself, you know. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can have more serious effects on your health. Studies have shown that people who don't get enough sleep are at increased risk of heart disease, obesity, diabetes, lower testosterone, and depression. Lack of sleep can also weaken your immune system, making you more susceptible to various illnesses. Obviously, your immune system helps fight things off mainly during the night. So obviously, if you aren't getting that time for your immune system to, you know, walk around, you know, knock out the diseases and the illnesses, of course they're gonna wander around and infect you and make you ill. On the other hand, though, one of the more noticeable benefits of good sleep is improved mood, like I previously mentioned. When we don't get enough sleep, we tend to feel irritable, anxious, or some people even depressed. On the other hand, getting enough sleep can help us feel more positive, alert, and energized, which is extremely useful. If you go to the gym as soon as you wake up, you know, you wake up, you feel great. Good sleep also plays a crucial role in our cognitive function. When we sleep, our brains consolidate information and we've learned throughout the day, helping us remember it better. This is why it's important to get enough sleep when studying for exams, like the study I previously mentioned. Or also learning new skills, whether it be cognitive skills or physical. Additionally, good sleep can increase our creativity, problem solving, and overall productivity. Sleep also plays a key role in our physical health. During sleep, our bodies release hormones that help regulate our appetite, metabolism, immune system function, and sexual drive. This means that good sleep can help us maintain a healthy weight, healthy levels of testosterone, reduce our risk of chronic illness, diabetes, heart disease, all that stuff. Anything else on the notes? No, that's everything. Alright, that's all for today. Have a good day and a great week.